Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another round of sound. This is the #1 Cochran Sports Showdown. And before we do anything else, another heartfelt condolences sent to the Darryl Drake family after we found out this morning that the wide receivers coach of the Steelers had passed away. Certainly affects so many on that campus with that team. It is a team. It's a family. We wish them nothing but the best in this very difficult time. We have a lot to get into, including the Steelers after the first preseason game and now looking ahead to the Kansas City Chiefs on Saturday. But the #1 topic tonight on the #1 Cochran Sports Showdown will be the Pirates and what happens after this season. And here is your panel, left to right television screen here. We'll be talking about these topics with Tim Benz from Trib Live. You can hear him every day there. Paul Zeise in the middle, Paul Zeise radio program 93.7 The Fan, and of course with the Post-Gazette. And Chris Muller, the PM team, 2 to 6 every day on 93.7 The Fan. Tim, I'm going to start with you. Today, Neil Huntington went on his radio show and pretty much said, no vote, including me. Now, this is an organization that seems to give you, some verbiage and they don't follow up with it. Did you take that seriously? And is anything short of an entire house cleaning acceptable after what we've witnessed?
No, I don't think you can just single out Clint Hurdle if that's what you're getting at, Bob. If I'm Bob Nutting and I'm dissatisfied with the product, as he should be, satisfied to the point that he's willing to part with contracts that'll probably have to pay off, no, I don't think he is, but he should be, and I wouldn't stop with just the on-field product. Now, to your question about the way Huntington said what he said, it does potentially give him an out to finally start making it look like, well, these are on-the-field problems. The way the team has played has given him the out of that because they've been so fundamentally unsound. The pitching staff has gone to pot. Guys that got into slumps can't seem to get out of them, for instance, for a large case in Josh Bell. So he's got the out there, but I think it's intellectually dishonest to say this is completely on the field manager when the guy that used to be able to assemble a team under the financial constraints of Bob Nutting managed to do so, and now he can't.
I mean, it's Neil Huntington's players that he's put on the field, and injuries aren't an excuse. That's what Frank Coonelly said. It's guys who aren't performing. You could look at the pitching coach who didn't bathe himself in glory with his comments this weekend, too, as a big part of that. They've been atrocious on the mound. And really, where's the impact players? I think that's what I get down to when it comes to looking at their roster. If you were doing the whole who is nailed down on this roster that you would not trade, I can and maybe Josh Bell, because Bell, you don't know if this is a one-year wonder kind of thing that he's having his best season. Neil Huntington's gotten out to say it's field manager. Their play on the field's been atrocious, but this is a team effort in being this bad. And the thing that gets me is if Bob Nutting cares deeply and is dissatisfied with what's going on, and I'm not saying he does or doesn't, this would be a perfect time for a very angry owner to step out of the shadows and say, I am unhappy, and say it publicly and say it loud and make it very clear that some heads are going to roll. But I would be stunned stupid if we actually saw that take place.
I think the biggest thing, though, is if you look at it, it starts with Neil Huntington. It's the entire organization. I mean, this team can't run bases. They can't field the ball. They can't throw it to the right base. They can't pitch. They can't catch. They've got a couple of guys that can hit, but they can't hit home runs. I mean, to me, if you look at it, it goes beyond Clint Hurdle. What are they doing in the development of all of these guys? And then you look at this is an organization that prides itself on drafting all these pitchers because, that's the way you build an organization. If you take Garrett Cole out of the equation, how many pitchers have they drafted and developed and turned into something that's,
Paul,
a really good major league player?
That's the problem, though. You name Garrett Cole as a guy who's a really good player, and he had a top 5 Cy Young finish for them. Look at what he is in Houston. He's a bigger indictment than he is one in the win column for them.
But that's my point. Though what I'm saying is, who are the pitchers that they've developed and that they've drafted and developed? You look at that run from 2013 to 15. A.J. Burnett, not from here. Morton wasn't from here.
Happ, Liriano, all guys they brought in.
They had Francisco Liriano came in. Edison Volquez came in. That whole staff was guys that they brought in.
Mark Melanson was from somewhere else. Jason Grilli was from somewhere else. The list goes on and on.
That's my point.
Jeff Locke wasn't even originally from here.
So we talk about Hurdle, and he's an easy scapegoat. We talk about Searage. This whole organization needs an enema. Flush the whole thing out. Get rid of them all and start over.
Well, it's a lot of money to pay people that aren't here anymore, Paul, though. That's the problem. You know where that's going to wind up.
Here's the thing. They obviously aren't getting the job done below the major league level. That's
that's Larry
also
that's
whoever's
Neil
running
Huntington
these
and Larry
drafts,
Broadway.
whoever's running these drafts has not got the job done either.
See, that's a chicken and the egg question because it's Joe Delicari who's running the drafts as the scouting director. And I've asked a lot of people, and I know we've all kind of had this discussion. Are they drafting the wrong guys or can they not bring them along? They're drafting guys that other people seem to want. That's true. I think it's Larry Broadway, the farm director. I have to look at the way these guys come up through the minor leagues. How do the Los Angeles Dodgers, who are picking in the bottom of every round in the draft, not just the
Yankees.
first, how do those teams, and I know the Dodgers spend a ton of money trying to find every little Andrew Friedman coming over from Tampa. How are they picking at the back of every round, and then guys are coming up to the major leagues ready to go and never slumping? I'm not going to blame that on getting the wrong talent for the Pirates. I'm going to blame that on bringing it along in an improper way that doesn't lend itself to success.
Tim Danza, I want to ask you about this. Ray Searage went on record, and he pretty much ripped the fans, which is something he's not prone to do, but he did, saying you don't understand the inner workings here. Was that the right time to do it, and how much of this is his responsibility?
Well, I don't know if it's ever the right time to do it in this market for the remaining fans that you've had that have stuck with you since you haven't won a postseason series since 1979. But with that being said, if he's suggesting that we don't get the whole pitch to contact or try to strike guys out, why have you always advanced that as a plus when you haven't been striking guys out and you get batters out in 3 pitches or less? Like, why do you boast about that if that's not what we're supposed to understand?
Well, the other thing with that, Tim, is like they are doing a better job than they've ever done striking batters out. I think they're 7th in the National League.
Right.
And to a degree, they are trying to get with the times. The problem is they walk a ton of hitters too. They're doing one of the most basic things that, if baseball is about the 3 true outcomes, it's either a home run, a strikeout, or a walk. They're really crappy in 2 of the 3 of them. Just because they're better than middle of the road in strikeouts doesn't mean they aren't doing other very basic things very wrong.
And the other part of it is, if you look at what they're doing, they have, again, and I go back to what we just talked about, they've got so many pitchers that they've brought up that they've supposedly developed that aren't good enough. And so, you know what? If Ray Searage wants to come and yell at the fans about, and he's got some magical formula that he can show us that they're really doing something right, all I know is I watched Cal Crick give up 5 runs today because he hit 2 batters and then threw a meatball. And that seems to happen game after game after game. Yeah, and here's
that's
the other
good contact. That's good contact.
Yeah, exactly. And here's the other thing. When you're 21 games under 500, when you're setting, records for the worst record after All-Star break, when it's becoming historical, when you're in a 7-game losing streak, maybe a little humility and just shut up and do your job is probably the best approach for a guy like Ray Searage.
I think it's worth asking if Ray Searage is trying to talk his way out of a job here because he's not very happy here anymore. I don't think that can be discounted, that he knows that somebody might be the fall guy and he says, okay, if I say this, this, and this, I can fall back on that pretty good record from a couple years ago, but enough's enough.
All right, we got to go to a break. I want to continue this, and I have an interesting topic coming up next on the Pirates. We will then shift into Steeler topics after the first preseason game, which was 130-28. But first, I want to tell you about a special promotion going on. Special event gathering a lot of attention this week at number 1 Cochran's Car Stock. That's right, their pre-owned Epic Savings Fest is now back. It's back through Saturday, so pay attention to that. More than 1,300 dramatically reduced pre-owned vehicles at 7 locations. I'm talking all brands, all budgets, tons of models under $10,000, financing from 0% APR. It's number 1 Cochran's Car Stock this week only. Don't miss it. We'll be right back. The number 1 Cochran Sports Showdown is brought to you by number 1 Cochran, Go One Better, and by Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Have a greater hand in your health.